Hey guys, I'm waiting to be shared into the group with Grace Creations. The theme for tonight is French country, so I will be with y'all in just a minute. I'm watching Shantae finish up, and as soon as she gets finished, great hat, Shantae. Shantae decorated a hat for her daughter to go to a concert in, a cowboy hat. She did a great job with it. So hang on, hang tight, and I think I'm going to go ahead and start doing some painting in just a minute. Cute, cute, cute. All right, let me see here if I can refresh the page. Okay, hey Sherry, thank you. I'm in the group now, y'all. Let me see how. I gotta try and figure out. We're gonna go there. And there we are. There we are. Okay. All right, so welcome to Grace Creations. The theme tonight is French country. And thank you for sprinkling that out, Sherry. Hope you're having a good night. It's been a busy day for you today, hasn't it? Anyway, Grace Creations is a group of talented crafters. If you are not following the group, there's a link at the top of the page. I'll repeat this for those that come in later. But there's a link at the top of the page that'll take you right to the group. And I have found for me that that's the easiest way to refresh the page, is to just go to the link at the. I know, a lot of really neat crafts. I went through and watched as many replays as I could before I came on. It's been a busy day for me too. But anyway, so y'all come on in. I am the second to the last act tonight. Following me is Lori with Nana's Homemade Treasures. Lori with Nana's Homemade Treasures is going to follow me. So, hey, Amy, come on in. So you're going to want to hang in there after I finish. You're going to want to refresh your page. And there is a link at the top of the page of my page that you can click on that, and that will take you to the group, and also make it so that it refreshes the page and you'll be able to see Lori right away. So, but anyway, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show y'all what I am not going to do. All right, y'all know that I like to, hey, Color Buddy, thanks for sprinkling out there. Hey, Clifton's Crafty Casa, good to see you. Come on in, come on in. I'm going to show, y'all know I like to try new stuff, and the craft that I really wanted to do, well, it ended up, I bought these Tulle, is it Tulle? Tulle? Is that how you pronounce it? T-O-I-L-L-E? I bought some Tulle napkins, and I bought them back in May. Y'all, I have no idea. I have scoured my house, and I can't find them anyway. Hey, Lori, you're following me. Good to see you. Anyway, I have scoured my house. I could not find the napkins. I wanted to do a really cool decoupage, hey Lisa, decoupage project that I saw, gosh, back in April, because I ordered the napkins in May, the 1st of May, but I don't know where they are. So we're not doing that. But what I wanted to do was I wanted to take this clay. This is called, I want to know if any of y'all have used this. This is Original Sculpey. Stay soft until you bake it. This is white. This is the box that it came in. This is the stuff that it is. Y'all, I am not a clay person. I started trying to manipulate this stuff, and I got absolutely nowhere with it. I wanted to mold, y'all don't laugh now, okay? I wanted to make a mold for for an egg carton. This is so pitiful. So the best thing that happened to me today, sorry, was that I was going to have to come up with a different craft because I could not find my napkins. So the best thing that happened to y'all tonight is that I couldn't find my napkins. I'm not doing clay, okay? I tried it. It was an epic fail for me, so I decided that clay is not my thing. So I gave it my best shot. I don't know, if it was easier to work with, it would be one thing. So here I go. I'm going to pull out my handy dandy paintbrush and my amazing Dixie Belle cotton in the color cotton chalk mineral paste. I have already painted the inside and the bottom so that we could save on some time. I have no idea how long this craft was going to take, so I thought, well, I'll get a head start. And so now all I have to do is put a couple of coats on the outside of this hat box. So how about that? I'm doing a hat box. Shantae did a hat, so our crafts go together. Whether we plan, and we did not plan it, but except this hat box is not going to hold Ashley's hat, that's for sure. Great job, Shantae. I like the way you did the hat. Looks pretty. The turquoise band around it really makes it pop too. So, but anyway, a lot of talented crafters in this group. If you see the word follow next to somebody's name, then that means that you're not following them. And just a very simple way that you can help crafters out, and anyone who has a Facebook page or a social media page, is to like and follow them, make comments. The more comments you make, the better it gets the person's page out there. So you can say hello, you can say, you know, a variety of different things. You can say happy Thursday, you can say I'm having a great day. Anything that pushes those algorithms out there helps all of us. So, so feel free to make comments, to talk and say hi to the people in the comments. If somebody says something and you resonate with that, you can hit the reply button and reply to them and keep the conversations going. The more you keep the conversations going, the better it is for all of our pages. And I know you hear everybody say that, and I never really understood it until I created my own page, and it really does make a difference. Okay, so hit the like button, hearts are even better, and make comments below. That helps that helps my page if it's on my page or anyone else's page. Same is true for Grace Creation pages. All right, so I'm going to do the top of this and the side. Thank you, Heart and Soul Creations. I appreciate that. Shantae, great job on the hat. That was a lot of fun. So you did the hat. I'm doing the hat box. Okay. So what do I want? What's the word I want to use? Transparency. Full transparency here. Even though I have heard the words French country, I did not really know what the style was. And so I had to look it up to see if it was something that was doable for me. And I thought, oh, well, this will work out well. My sister-in-law, she is no longer with us. She went home to be with Jesus, 2020? Yeah, 2020. And anyway, she had a lot of French country, and she was an amazing decorator. And I can craft and I can pull color together and stuff like that, but y'all, I'm not a good decorator. I have a hodgepodge of stuff in my in my house. And I guess eclectic, it would be the best way to describe what I have. I love antiques. I have some really neat antiques. I got many years ago for my birthday. I was on my way to a baseball game to watch our boys play baseball. They were just, gosh, maybe 13 and 9 and 13, yeah, because they're 4 years apart. And anyway, there was we call it the post office box. It was the neatest piece. It has like a lawyer's library, you know, with the glass that pulls up at the top. It's in 1, 2, 3 or 4 pieces. And it has drawers like a card catalog, but it's not a card catalog. It's not from a library. And then down below it has file cabinets in it. I'm going to take a picture of it so y'all can see it. It is the neatest piece. Anyway, our neighborhood has a yard sale every year in June. And the people who live kind of kitty corner to us, they had put these out in their driveway, and I thought, oh, I know they're going to be sold. And anyway, they weren't, and so I told my husband, because I had been given some money from my grandmother's estate, and I had just hung on to it to get something that would be memorable. And anyway, lo and behold, all right, let me put that down. We're going to dry this. We ended up getting it, and it was a birthday gift for myself. Yes, y'all, thank you so much for sprinkling me out there. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some Essential Stencil Rub-On Transfers, maybe some Pearl Trim, maybe some Totally Dazzle Bling, and I think I might put some flowers on top. We're going to see where this goes. So, y'all usually see me doing essential stencils on flat surfaces. Tonight I'm going to work with a hat box, so we're going to see where this goes. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, it's going to be real hard for me not to put checks on it, because anytime I get a hat box in my hands, I usually like to put checks on it. But I'm not going to do that, I promise. I'm going to keep the colors so that they're white, a variety of blues, some silver, and a little bit of pearl color. So I love antiques, Sherry. I tell you. We have, when my husband and I were first married, there was an antique sale going on. It used to be called Waterside. And he told me to go down and look and see what was there. And a little bit hip on that paint. Anyway, I went down there, and the piece needed to be refinished. But I could look at it and see that the grain was absolutely gorgeous. And it ended up costing us, it's a wardrobe, all oak, and it ended up costing us, I want to say it was like $167. And the guy refinished it, and it was like $250 to have it refinished and delivered. And I think we ended up paying him like an extra $50 to take it upstairs, because this thing was like heavy. It was mammoth. And anyway, so it may have been 200 and then an extra 50, because it was a steal of a deal. And my dad used to manage a furniture store, and then he owned a furniture store, and I used to work for him. So I have like this love not so love relationship with painting furniture because I don't know, I just love wood. And I'm going to put a second coat on this. Now, you know, I watch what other people do to wood, and it's just like, I'm just like blown away with it. You know, one day I might like to refinish some furniture, but I have to get a whole lot stronger and a whole lot healthier before that's going to happen. All right, so I'm just going around this a second time because it's going to need a second coat. I do not think that once I put all this paint on here that this lid is going to fit on here. So this would be kind of like a lid that you just kind of like tip it off to the side, and this is for decorations. And it can be used to put like a flower arrangement in it, which I'm not going to do tonight. I'm just going to do the box. But, so yeah, so furniture is a real love of mine. And I like unique pieces. And that's kind of where we are with furniture. And my dad retired, gosh, maybe 20 years ago. And when he did, that was probably like the end of me buying a whole lot of furniture. What my husband and I had from when we were first married is what we still have for the most part. So, hey, Cindy, how are you? Good to see you. Come on in. Good to see you. So, well, I appreciate any of you who saw my live when I came on the way to my husband's cousin's funeral. I threw a disc out, and so I've been kind of hobbling along. And it's better. It's not 100% back in. All right, let's see. That looks good. Let me put just a little bit of heat on this. I'm doing better, but I'm not back 100% yet. So I wanted to get most of this painted before I came on because I wanted to be able to paint some of it so y'all could see. You come from a long line of antique quarter. Good for you. What's your favorite piece or pieces? Tell me about them. Send me a picture. I love seeing pictures of antiques. Yeah, it's not hard to do, you know. We call it a post office box because it's kind of like a cross between the look of a post office box and the look of a card catalog, a library card catalog, for those who are old enough to know what that used to be. Before the digital days. And it's a really unique piece. And then the piano that we have is from the early 1900s. And how we got our piano was, I had been praying. We homeschooled our boys all the way through high school. And how we got our piano was I had been praying and asking God to bring music into our home. And I asked him if, our older son, Mark, if God wanted him to have music lessons. And if he did want him to have music lessons, 1941, ooh, I bet that's pretty. Wait, broke my heart to paint that. Oh, I bet. Yeah, but I'm sure, it's like once you paint it, it's like, it is pretty, and it can be done really, really well. But anyway, so I had prayed and asked God to bring music into our house, and it's like when we pray and ask God for things, He always, gives us exceedingly abundantly more than we can imagine, right? Well, my mom was a school nurse at an elementary school, and the music teacher there was going through a divorce, and she needed a place to live. Well, she's now, a good friend of ours. But anyway, okay, so there we go. There's a second coat on that. I think that's all I'm going to need. Anyway, when she moved in, now remember I prayed and asked God to bring music into the house. When she moved in, she moved a piano in, and she moved sheet music, CDs, cassettes back then. And and as all this stuff was coming through the front door, the Holy Spirit said to me, he said, remember you asked me to bring music into the house? I was just asking for like a CD or something. And hey, Happy Crafting Circle, come on in. Oh, wow, I bet that's gorgeous, Sherry. Anyway, so not only did God bring music into the house, he brought a music teacher into the house with him. Hey, Lori. Yeah, it was awesome. It was pretty crazy, because it's like, when I was asking God to bring music into the house, I just thought, a CD here or there, or give me the name of an artist who I can buy CDs from. Never in my wildest dreams did I expect God to move a music teacher in our home. And that was the beginning of having music in our house. Our older son took piano lessons from her, and she lived with us for 8 months. And anyway, he took piano lessons from her as long as she lived here, and then and of course she did it as a gift. And then when she moved out and was able to get on her feet, I told her, you're not indebted to us for life, and so then we paid for lessons. And but it was really neat because she was the first one. She was the first one to recognize that our younger son had musical ability. He was 3 at the time when she moved in. All right, let me cut that loud thing off. Our younger son was 3 at the time when she moved in, and she was like, he's really got he's got rhythm. And oh, that is so cool. Do you still have it? You still have your piano, Lori? Oh, that is really cool. Anyway, she recognized the talent that our younger son had, and he's the one who writes songs. He's got the anointing of David, and when he sings his songs and plays his music, the music that God's given him, there's just a peace that comes into the house. There was he was telling me one time that he was over somebody's house, and they had dogs that were just like, yap, 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 barking, running all around. I think they were, what's the kind of dog that's Jack Russell Terriers that are real busy? And anyway, so these dogs were just running all around crazy and everything. And Adam started playing his song, and the dogs just calmed down, laid down, and just were at peace. It was. I wasn't there. He told us about it, but I can believe it. Back in 2020, when he had to come home from college due to COVID, he was playing some song. He came home and he had his electric guitar. And he was, playing something. I don't even remember what he was playing. And anyway, then he went into and he played this other song called Driving Around. And there was just this peace that came over me. And it was like, oh, I said, I really like that. I said, who sings that? He goes, that's mine, Mom. It's an original. And it was so awesome because that's the true test of, you're not prejudiced towards your son's music when you don't even know who wrote the music. Yes, he is, Amy. He really is. And so he is, we're praying that any of y'all that are intercessors, if you can intercede for him, his name is Adam, and he is hoping to get a first album produced between now and, the end of this college school year for 25-26. So keep him lifted up in prayer that he will be able to get the songs that God has given him, that he'll be able to get them written, and I mean not written but produced. So he has come up against one obstacle after another. 2 years ago, about a year and a half ago, he got a concussion really bad, and anyway, so that set him back, and it just seems like there's always one more setback. And so if y'all would just pray in agreement that the Lord would just get his music out there. And we all know it's in God's timing, right? Everything is always in God's timing. All right, I am going to cut. Well, I guess I should show these to y'all first, huh? Anyway, this is an essential stencil. He'll be in Lynchburg, Virginia, is where he's moving to, because that's where he went to school at Lynchburg University. And there's all the music equipment is there and everything. So he'll have access to okay, so these are the pieces that I'm going to kind of cut. I'm just going to cut all these out. And then we're going to see where we're going to put them. And then I think I want to do silver with this, because there's gray in here and some of these flowers. So I'm thinking I'm going to do this blue, some silver, and all right, I'm just going to cut. I'm not going to do the bases. I don't need the bases, but I do want to kind of use some of these smaller ones on the top. And any prayer requests that y'all, any prayer lists that y'all know about, please put him on that list for protection. God has taken him through a season where he is teaching him how to fight in the spiritual realm, and there's been a lot of it's been trying. So anything that you can do to lift him up in prayer, I know he would appreciate it. And but he's got one of my favorite songs of his is called Second Chances, and it's a really neat song. All of them are, and it's not, I know that we all say that as a mom that we lean towards whatever our children are doing. But he really has an anointing. And there have been times where I have gone through hard times and he would play his music for me, and the peace of God would just come over me. And that doesn't just happen. He actually had somebody prophesy over him when he was, gosh, how old was he? Maybe 18. Anyway, this gal, the gal who was prophesying over him, just instantly gained credibility with me when he got up there, and I was standing behind Adam, and anyway, he got up there, and she started, as soon as she put her hands on him, she said that you have music in you, or something like that. And then she started saying that he had a heart of David, and that something about a lion. I can't remember the lion. We know the lion of Judah, right? But anyway, everything that she said about him was accurate. And then she started, proclaiming things over him of what God was going to use him for. So it was pretty credible. I can't remember her name. Isabel something. And anyway, so that was pretty cool. And we were talking, Adam and I were talking just the other day, and we were saying, talking about that prophecy, and he said that he still goes back to it from time to time for encouragement. All right, so I'm not going to do these vases. I don't think they fit. I just want to do the flowers. I really wished I could have found those napkins that I bought, the tulle napkins, and because that would have been really neat to decoupage them on here. All right, so I'm cutting all of these up, and then I'm gonna figure out where I'm gonna place these. And then I also have like some pearl trim that I want to put on here. So we'll see. We'll see where this is going to take us, y'all. I've been hanging on to this for this French country theme. All right, and so I end up having 1, 2, 3. It looks like 4 vases. So here's one, which is pretty. This one's a little bit bigger. And I pulled some paint that matches the paint in these, so I'm not sure where we're going to go with it, but we'll see. Maybe I'll use my sponge and do the edge of this or something. We'll see. All right, so here we go. Oh, I know another thing that Adam did was when he was going to the community college. All right, I think I want to put the smaller ones on up near the top. So let's just see. And I want to put some, I've got some really big roses to put on here also. So maybe that one's kind of big. Let me see what other little ones I have. Okay, we could put these here. Let's see if there's another smaller one. I don't have very many. Oops, I need to move this out of the way so y'all can see what I'm doing. This one, maybe. This one looks more in line with that one. So we could put these on the top. All right. And then I maybe want to put something on the inside too. So we'll see. I don't think I think I want to keep this white. I think I want to keep that white. I don't think I want to do any sponging or anything. All right, so let's see how these are going to fit on here. All right, so here's the seam. Maybe we'll cover this seam up. So I've got one. Oh boy, these are big. That's a big one. That one may have to go on the inside. That'll fit perfectly. Look, we can put that one on the inside down at the bottom. And let's see, we can put this one here. And we can put one over here. I'm trying to think if we go, all right, 1, 2, 3, and then maybe fill some in. All right, so this is what I think I want to do. All right, I want to put this one. All right, we're going to put this one right here. How are we doing on time? Oh gosh, I should have plenty of time. Well, I don't know. We'll see, because I want to decorate too. All right, let me put this on here. All right. And then I think I have do I have one in here? Yeah. Essential Stencil has this little transfer tool. All of these transfers are from Essential Stencil. All right, so I'm going to kind of rub this on here. And let's hope that this is going to stick. I probably should seal this first. I probably should have sealed the paint first. All right, let's get this one on here, and then maybe we'll seal this. I had one time where the stuff I used to seal with actually disintegrated the transfer, and I'm hoping that's just a fluke. Oh, this is going to come off of here nicely, y'all. Oh. Now, I have in the past, I have taken an iron and kind of heated it, and I found that that kind of helps. And I'm putting my other hand behind this so that I'm not putting a big dent in this. All right, let's see what we got. And you just kind of lift it up and then keep rubbing it. And then you peel it up. And if it starts lifting if the transfer is sticking to the paper, then you want to put it back down and you want to rub it some more. And you just go slow. And then come back and lay it back down. Whoops, no, I can't see. Let me try it this way. Oh, missed a leaf there. And even if it peels away, you can put it back down and it'll go right back into place where it's supposed to. So I'm thinking the best way to do this, okay, so there's one of them. Isn't that pretty? All right, I'm thinking that the best way for me to do this is like I did before. So we're going to take, was it this one? Yeah. All right, so what I'm going to do is I've got this one on this side, and so I'm going to come over here so that I can balance this, and I'm going to put this one across the way. And I'm going to kind of put it at an angle. All right, here we go. You peel the top of this off. This gets thrown away. And this side here is sticky. All right, let me make sure that I've got it. I want to turn it sideways like that. Okay, this is what we have on this side. So when I researched the French country, it's, a lot of really peaceful, not very busy. I'm usually a very loud color person, and so this is outside my norm. But I still like pretty stuff. I just don't tend to think pretty stuff, if that makes any sense. It's like I can see pretty when it's in a room, and but I don't normally. That's not my go-to. My go-to is loud and bright colors, but so this kind of stuff, I like it, but I don't. It's not something I would pick to put together in my home. Being a math teacher, I like geometric shapes. All right, I'm just going slow. I see that it's lifting up, taking it away from and you'll see it. I'm usually high contrast. Don't do a lot of dirty stuff because I like the high contrast, but I can do it. It's just not my norm. All right, so got to come back here. I'm curious if I should try and do the iron. Let's see what the iron does. Whoops, just touched the glue gun. Let's just see what happens. See if it makes a difference. Not really. I think I'll just keep rubbing it. Oh, I know what I was going to tell you. When Adam was at going to the community college, he went to the student center, and there was a young man there who was going through some really, really difficult times because his girlfriend broke up with him, and he was severely depressed. I mean, severely depressed. And the Holy Spirit told Adam to play one of his songs for him, but Adam didn't have his guitar with him. And so Adam looked around the student center, and he saw a girl with a guitar. And musicians, I don't know what y'all know about musicians, but they are like the most giving. I mean, they will because they take care of each other's instruments, and they'll let each other use each other's instruments, and it's just something that they do, and I've never seen a musician that wasn't like that. And anyway, so Adam looked around the student center for someone with a guitar, and there was a girl who had a guitar. She wasn't playing it, and he went over there and he asked the girl if he could borrow her guitar. Well, she was a stranger. I mean, he was a stranger to her. Okay, this is what we have. So we got that one, and we got that one. And they're pretty close to being 180 degrees. Now we're going to go in here. We're going to put one on this side and one on that side. So anyway, he borrowed the gal's guitar, and I like that one too. I think that's going to be kind of big. I'm thinking we need to go a little bit smaller on the sides, y'all. Anyway, he played his song, and peace came over this young man, and Adam was able to encourage him and let him know that God had a plan for him, and God had a purpose for him, and all right, those look too close to the same. And he left a different person, so it was pretty cool. He came home and told us about it, and I was like, man, that is so awesome. All right, so there is that. Let's see, let's make sure these are kind of these two. I never did put all right, all of those seem to be going in the same direction. I wonder if there's one that's going in a different direction. What's this one doing? Oh, that looks like pretty much this the same one. Pretty close. I think I like this one better though. All right, let me do this one because I want to put this one on here. I'm going to just put this one halfway in between here. And then I don't know if any of y'all saw on my page, there was a picture of Adam in Uganda, in Africa, playing the guitar on the front porch. Our color brains gravitate to, yes, they do, as well as geometrics. Yes, they do. I noticed that about you, Amy, is that we definitely tend to gravitate to like things. I don't typically gravitate to florals. I love flowers. I like these flowers. I love flowers. I love real flowers, but for some reason, like flowers printed on clothes, that just doesn't work for me. But you give me some geometric shapes and bright contrasting colors, and I'm all about it. But I like it for other people. It's just for and I don't do birds either. Love watching birds in nature, but I just don't craft with them at all. And I don't know what it is, but I like real birds, but I'm not a big fan of painted birds. But I like these colors. I don't know what it is about these colors that is so pleasing to me, but I do like these. Maybe it's just the blues. All right, let's see if I can carefully peel this back. Oh. How are we doing on time? Ooh, 43. Wow. Maybe I'll put some Totally Dazzled bling in here or something. Making sure that it's all going to stay behind when I lift this up. So yeah, praying that he gets this album out. They all the while still healing from a concussion. So, oh, that one wanted to lift up. You can see the when he was 16, I think oh, there's a fruit fly. Go away. All right, so here we go. So we got this one, we got to fill space there, and that one. So let's fill this space here. And we want them to be about the same size. All right, this is trash. This is trash. Let's get all the trash out of here. And it looks like the only one that's about this size is going to be this one. So we'll go ahead and, I guess I could turn it. I can just turn it. Yeah, let's do that. And then it won't look like it's all, everything's going the same direction. That'll work. All right, so here we go. So let me stick this on here. Show you what we have. So this is the next one. I probably could have spaced it a little bit better, but I think we'll be okay. Let's see, what do we got? I got 15 minutes. Now, Lori with Nana's Homemade Treasures is going to be following me. So if y'all will hang in there after I'm done and be sure and watch her and support her. Thank you to Sherry and all the hostesses and our host and Grace Creations for having me. I love partnering with y'all. You're a wonderful group of crafters, and we all share the same mindset, and that's fun. It makes it fun for me. So if you are not following Grace Creations, there is a link at the top of this video, this live, and if you'll click on that link, if you're coming from my page, you'll need to click on the link up above, and that'll take you to Grace Creations. And then from there, you can hit the follow or join button. And then what that will do is that will make it so that your when Grace Creation goes live, you'll get notified. And you'll want to see what everybody has, because talented group. A lot of fun too. Everyone has a different personality. Everybody has a different talent that they bring to the group. Different styles. So there's a large variety of crafters that you can watch. All right, here we go. Oh, that one's lifting up. I probably could have painted the whole thing before I started. I didn't think it was going to take this long, and that I thought maybe I would need some of the painting to fill in for time, but I'm not so sure that was necessary. All right, let's see here. Okay, it's coming. Just coming slowly. I'm just lifting it up really, really slowly. You don't want to rip it off of here because then if any of part of the transfer stays behind, you'll mess it up. But if you go slow and it doesn't, and something doesn't release, then you can lay it back down and just, for those of you that are new to this, if you're a veteran, you know all of this. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right, and then I'm going to, sometimes that last piece lifts a little bit and you want to go back over it. Okay, so here we go. So this is what we have. And I'm probably going to come in, like there's an extra space here, so I'm probably going to fill that in. But I've only got 11 minutes, so let me think how I want to. Okay, I'm not going to do this but online, but I am going to put this one down in the bottom. Y'all know what I'm doing. I agree, Lori. There are so many amazing crafters. So, but the inside of this is going to have that. And so let me give you an idea of what I want to do. So I've got these roses here. And I'm thinking that we'll put these on here and then put the roses in the middle. So let's see if I can. All right, let's clean this mess up here. And I may have to finish this offline because this is taking longer than I thought. All right, so I'm going to put these three on here up top. And then I want to put the roses in the middle. All right, let's put this way. Just kind of doing this in thirds. And I'm going to go ahead and, I guess I better put it near the edge so that there's room for the roses. All right, and then this one, I want to turn this way. And just kind of fill this in this spot here. And then let's go over this. Let's try the iron trick again and see if we can get. You know what? It's not going to do anything if I don't turn it on now. That is like just as cold as can be. It's no wonder it didn't make a difference. All right, let's see if this is going to lift up. I know that there are some heat transfers that, you know, you heat them up and then you let it cool down and then they come right off. All right, let's see what this one's going to do. This one's doing pretty well. All right, that one came off nicely. All right, this is trash. All right, let's do this one over here. $52. It's like, you know, like the game shows where you have, you know, where the clock is ticking down. That's what it feels like sometimes when I'm trying to beat the clock. I feel like there's some kind of game show going on. Any of y'all have any favorite game shows that that you watched growing up? Let's Make a Deal, Price is Right. Those are the first two that come to mind. $25,000 Pyramid. Hey Barbara, come on in. All right, let's see if this is gonna. this is going to do anything. I can feel the heat coming through now, so let's see what happens. Well, let me let that cool down. I'm not thinking that the iron is a good idea. Maybe it's too hot. So yeah, so yesterday I went up and back to a funeral that was an hour and a half away. My husband comes from a large family on his mother and father's side. It's just him and his mother right now. His dad went home to be with Jesus in, I don't remember what year, 2012 or something like that. And then his sister went home to be with Jesus in 2020. So it's just him and his mom left in his immediate family. But he grew up with a lot of cousins, lots and lots and lots of cousins. Let's see. Now, if I miss, thank you, Barbara. I kind of like how this is turning out. I wouldn't normally, one of the things I love about being, other than the people, that I love about being with Grace Creations is that it's a theme that's picked for me, and so it helps me to stretch outside my comfort zone of what I would normally do by myself. Because I wouldn't think to do French country on my own, but by being part of this group, I can sign up for something that's not normally what I would think of, and then I learn and I grow from that. So that's a lot of fun for me, because I like different. I like learning. You know, and then you research what the themes are about, and you go from there. All right, that one. How are we doing on time? Ooh, 4 minutes. All right, that's Lipton. Okay, that's good. All right, there we go. All right, that one's good. All right, let's see if this is going to lift. Actually, you know what? If you iron it and then let it cool, look at that, it's coming all the way off. The key is that you've got to let it cool. If you don't let it cool, then it'll still pick right on up. All right, these are all trash. All right, so this is what we have for the lid. And all right, I'm gonna whack these. Let's see what we got here. I think I'll cut these. I'm gonna cut these off so that y'all can see what we got. I got 3 minutes. There's no way I'm gonna get this done in 3 minutes, but I'm gonna cut this all the way down and so that y'all can see what we got going here. I wonder if these will pull out. Yep. All right, here we go. Nothing like cutting it all the way down, huh? So this is what I'm thinking. We will put come on, get in there. Nothing like taking it all the way down to the bottom there. All right, let me see. All right, so I'm going to do the roses. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. The roses here, and then this is going to be on top. And I got 2 minutes, so I can go ahead and I should have pulled these out. All right, so I don't think I want. Do we want just 1 or do we want 3? I think we want 3, don't we, y'all? I don't like that. I should have pulled these flowers a little bit closer to the edge. All right, let me do the, oh, well now you are. Good for you. All right, so here we go, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just put this down here. There's one. And I need a glue stick, so let me get, I thought I got one out. All right, hang on. Put these off to the side. There's the glue sticks. All right, I'm gonna run out of time here. I'm gonna get these on here. Y'all got the idea of what we're doing here. And then we'll get this one on here. Oh, this is pretty. I like this. All right, and I'm out of time, but let me tell you what I'm going to do. Okay, all right, so this is the lid. This is that. And then I have some pearl. You see, these are like pearl. What do you call this stuff? And I want to go along this edge, and I think I want to paint this in blue on this edge. Okay, good, Melanie. All right, I'm done, y'all. I'm out of time. If you will please refresh your page so that you can watch Lori. I'm going to refresh my page and watch Lori. And if you can't figure out how to do it, click the link at the top of my page. That'll take you to Grace Creations, and that should refresh it for you. I went live not realizing it. Remember that. Live. Oh, about not being on your business page. All right, y'all. I love you. Jesus loves you more. And y'all have a great night. And go watch Lori. All right. Thanks, Grace Creation. I appreciate all of y'all. All right. Bye.